Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. Bitcoin closed the week over $42,000. Are the bulls back in control? It certainly seems that way. I want to talk about, is this the upward movement to the retracement we've been waiting for Bitcoin and the subsequent alt season that will follow that? I want to share what different analysts are saying and what we can expect this week. We're also going to talk about big adoption news around crypto. Ted Cruz, all politics aside, disclosed that he owns Bitcoin. We also have the situation with the truckers where their funds that were being raised in GoFundMe has been shut off. That's not good. Well, Bitcoiners came to the rescue and started raising Bitcoin for these folks. This is significant, and I think a sign of what's to come. Disruption is happening. And we're also going to talk about Sam Bankman-Fried, CEO of FTX. He's going to be testifying before members of Congress this week, and they just put out some crypto regulations and some sort of framework. So significant because FTX has a lot of money, a lot of notoriety right now. So this is important. We're going to talk about Saudi Arabia investing billions into the Metaverse and NFTs. Pretty significant, and it's along the lines of what we've been talking about with sovereign wealth funds and the amount of money that's sitting on the sidelines there. So lots of bullish news. We're going to break it down. Before we get to it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. Guys, a quick word from our sponsors. Algorand is the first. Algorand is building the future of finance, is one of the leading blockchain projects in the crypto industry, getting significant adoption and investments. There are CBDCs, NFTs, and much more being tokenized on the Algorand blockchain. I'm personally an Algo token holder. I'm bullish on this project. And the next sponsor, it's TaxBit, which is the leading tax service provider in the crypto industry. I personally use this service. I will be using them to provide me with my tax documents that I give to my accountant. I did the same thing last year. It makes your life so much easier when it comes to calculating your crypto gains and losses, guys. So highly recommend this service. Once again, I'm a user of it. Now, let's take a look at the crypto market here. Bitcoin, once again, closed over $42,000 for the wrap up of the week. Very strong and bullish close. Right now, it's sitting at $42,106. In fact, it crossed over $42,500. Ethereum is just over $3,000. Binance Coin, BNB, just over $416. Cardano at $1.14. Solana at $114. XRP at just over 68 cents. So Bitcoin looking strong here, guys. If you look at the weekly chart, look at this green candle that's formed here for last week. Very strong. Now, what the two scenarios I've been sharing with you guys over the past few weeks is that, you know, we could have our move up here, but there's still a potential to double bottom here, to double tap at this support level before we move upwards into the retracement to about 55 to 58K, then Bitcoin moving down into the bear market. This is similar to what we saw in the summer, right? We moved up, we had some strong green candles, then we went back down to test the support level. So I'm cautiously optimistic. Now, I could be wrong and Bitcoin just continues moving up into the retracement. I'll certainly be happy about that, but I want to be realistic and show you guys the scenarios at play. And these are the two scenarios I personally think, outside of a black swan event, of course. So looking good. And as we've been talking about, Bitcoin going up and doing that retracement, Bitcoin will have strong dominance at this point. Alts will suffer a bit, but once Bitcoin hits that retracement top and then, you know, starts correcting, going down, the capital will flow into altcoins. And I believe we're due for an epic alt season. Is that a guarantee? Of course not. These are just a different thesis, and no one can predict the future, but we can look at past market performance. We can look at the data we have and the facts that we have at this point and come to these respective conclusions. But we'll have to wait and see. At the end of the day, I certainly want higher prices. I'm here to make money like many of you. And, you know, one of the things I've been telling you guys about that I've been doing is swing trading. So I have my long-term hold bags that is, you know, on a hardware wallet. And then I have some crypto and exchanges that I'm swing trading and making some nice profits, guys. Even if you're making just a 10, 15, 20% return over a couple of weeks or even 1 week or a couple of months, it is easy money. So, really think about that. While, sometimes you see the market moving sideways, you can still make money in that way. Yes, the gains aren't like massive or whatever it is, but it's easy money in my opinion. Now, here's what some analysts are saying. So Kevin Samson, he said the following: Bitcoin is currently challenging a very key price level. 42.3K was the support wick low on the nasty December 3rd dump. Getting above this would be a major signal strength for the bulls. So you tweeted this earlier before we closed. This was at 6:31 p.m. The close was at 7 p.m. So Bitcoin went over 42,500. So bulls are fighting back. It's looking really good here. He also said weekly close update. The Heikin-Nashi candle signaling a reversal. Absolutely sensational. Hashtag Bitcoin. So looking good here. Here's what some other folks said. This one analyst said, Bitcoin 3-day RSI breakout confirmed. So the relative strength index, we're seeing that previous bounce where the price went up to then 69,000, right? So, the relative strength index is a great indicator because you can see when Bitcoin is overbought or oversold. We were in the oversold period for a while, looking really weak on that front, as far as if Bitcoin was going to do anything. And now we're seeing the breakout upwards and we still got ways to go, but cautiously optimistic. This could easily come back down before, once again, we head into the major breakout upwards to the retracement. Credible Crypto, who I recently interviewed, and be sure to check out that interview, he said, starting to feel as if Bitcoin is going to suck the life out of alts in the immediate / short-term / midterm coming weeks if we do break out soon. As tempted as I am to move funds into cheap alts here, I think the right move is to focus on Bitcoin for now and focus on alts a little later. So going back to my thesis at the beginning, that Bitcoin is going to go in a dominance move, price upwards, and then once it hits its peak, starts correcting, money then flows to the altcoins. We've seen this time and time again. So I'm not the only one who thinks that. Now, Will Clement, who's a great analyst, said pretty straightforward price action wise for Bitcoin. Bidding green boxes would like to see a higher low set for the continuation. Flip the 40/41K area support and can start eyeing 47K, which is the POB in confluence with yearly open and STH realized price. Final major area is 58K. So once again, the retracement hitting that 58K, and then we'll see what happens after that. As I've stated, I think we go into a corrective mode. Some folks are saying that, hey, maybe next year Bitcoin hits 100K. That doesn't really align with what has happened historically, but look, anything's possible. I think that certainly the cycles are changed a bit, they're lengthening, and with all the institutional money, I think that we may not see the same type of volatility in the bear markets that we've seen historically. But hey, who knows at this point? No one can predict these things with a guarantee or a certainty, right? All right, now something, as I said before, that I'm swing trading. I tweeted out I'm buying the Bitcoin dip at 33K, which I did, is already paying off. I could sell that right now and make some nice profits, as well as the altcoins I bought in that dip. I said I can swing trade these positions and make some profits or hold them long-term. Use the volatility to your advantage. So I hope you guys understand what I'm doing here, and it's not leverage trading. So the risk, there's way less risk than leverage trading. I think swing trading is much safer. Now, check this out. Senator Ted Cruz has bought Bitcoin according to filings disclosed. This is pretty amazing. So this is disclosure from the government website, which tracks all these things. So more and more folks in Congress are becoming crypto enthusiasts and advocates, and obviously Bitcoiners. So pretty cool to see this happening. And once again, all politics aside, whether you hate or love Ted Cruz, that's not the point. The point is we're seeing both parties on both sides of the aisles coming together here. And that's what we need. The other issues, we can debate over that and decide what we want to do. But I think crypto in its early days can be beneficial to everybody. everybody of any, whether you're independent, Democrat, Republican, whatever, right? And we need crypto to be pushed forward so we can benefit from the jobs, the wealth creation, and so forth. It's the disruptive technology that's here to stay. And we're seeing countries around the world, they are making moves. Just look at what Russia just did and Putin, right? So the United States needs to be the leader here. Now, some of you listening from outside the United States must say, well, may disagree with that. But look, I live in the United States, so this is my thought. And the United States is the largest capital market. So now, something that's interesting, Fox News highlighted that people are donating Bitcoin to the protesting truckers since GoFundMe suspended their campaign. The signal cannot be stopped. Guys, this is significant. So funds were being raised for the truckers protesting, the vaccine mandates and so forth. Once again, I'm not trying to say which side you should pick. I want to leave that neutral. Rather, I want to talk about the adoption here. The truckers, people were raising funds for them, and wrongly GoFundMe, they shut this thing down. That's not right. One thing I believe, regardless of what people's opinions are on certain things, they should have freedom of speech and they should be able to protest, the right to protest. So I absolutely disagree with GoFundMe doing this, and this is really bad, in my opinion, because what else would could they shut down? That they, just because the government said, oh, we don't like that these people are protesting. We have a right to protest. And I'm glad that people are raising Bitcoin now, and they can't stop that. So great sign of adoption and disruption, guys. If you look at it from a macro perspective, I understand the situation is important. I understand that what's happening, but at a macro level, change is taking place. Paradigm shift is taking place. Now, Sam Bankman-Fried, who's the CEO of FTX, which has been raising a ridiculous amount of capital. They've got a lot of money, a lot of notoriety, not a lot of power, and they are, they are doing a lot of crypto marketing. And in fact, there was just an article, and I'll pull it up here, that was tweeted out by the Wall Street Journal talking about the crypto Super Bowl ads that are coming, which includes Coinbase, Crypto.com, FTX, Binance, Bybit, will all be running ads in and around the game. That is bullish. Well, Sam is going to be meeting with the Senate Agriculture Committee, and they're going to discuss digital assets on Wednesday with some folks from the CFTC. It looks here like the Global Blockchain Business Council, the Chamber of Digital Commerce, and some other folks. So this is a great sign, guys. We need more dialogue. We need more of these folks just pushing, lobbying, educating. This is important. So I like when I see things like this. And in fact, Mark Wetjen of FTX, he's the head of policy and regulatory strategy. He just tweeted out today, happy to share FTX just released policy paper on investor protections. Do you think there was some coordination on the timing ahead of Sam going to meet with these folks? Of course. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just showing you, these guys are putting in the work now, which is great. And we need all of the crypto industry to come together because, guys, the number one enemy right now is as the SEC, Gary Gensler in the SEC. Don't get me wrong, Janet Yellen is also someone who's trying to throw all kinds of monkey wrenches into the system, but Gary Gensler is the one that has to be stopped, and Congress has to be the one to put a check in place for him, to put guardrails around him. So this is great. And once again, FTX, they got a lot of money. So I'm glad that money is being used in the right place to help fight for regulatory clarity. Now, check this out. Luno, Africa's largest crypto exchange, is looking for a foothold in the US. This is being reported by Bloomberg. So we're seeing global expansions, even from non-US crypto exchanges, guys. And this is a sign, once again, that these people see what's coming. They know higher prices are coming. They know more adoption's coming. And it is a land grab right now, right? Everybody's trying to get as much market share as possible, because once this thing pops off and there's mass FOMO and the media is going crazy and all that stuff, and people are just like FOMOing in, it's going to be a lot of money to be made. And I hope you guys see that these people who are building and they're getting investments, they're not just looking at the short term, they're looking long term. They know there's money to be made here, and we're still early in the adoption curve. So that's the news, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.